Overthinking is like sitting in a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere. But this is the truth. I think it's a human thing to react, to feel, to experience. It's really a human thing to experience. And there are times when we can just be on our own lane, minding our business, and still we have thoughts creeping into our minds. And this constant way of thinking, we think to the point that we become indecisive. We don't even have the right to make a strong decision. We don't even have the willpower to tell ourselves to stop at that moment. This is when these thoughts become toxic and they automatically manifest into what we call overthinking. There are times when we we genuinely want something good for people, and there are also times when we start feeling like we are being compressed, we are being oppressed, and also we are being surrounded by people who makes us feel a lot of FOMO, people who makes us feel like we're not trying, all because of the way they present their relationship, and all because of the way they ravish things we don't have, and they make it look like we can't get to that point in life. This feeling can actually make us feel so bad. It can make us feel like we're not really trying. And sometimes this little feeling can grow into jealousy. It can grow into envy. It can also even go into hatred. This is not really what we need to feel, because when we don't have the willpower to neglect ourselves from these thoughts, the thought always comes, the thoughts that always compare us to other people, the thoughts that always bring a lot of comparison, that brings a lot of insecurity, anxiety. These thoughts are always there. So if you don't really have the willpower to tell yourself, no, I don't feel this way, I don't have the right to feel this way, I shouldn't feel this way, these thoughts would definitely become something strong. When you find yourself around people who constantly make you feel FOMO, the best thing to tell yourself is that it's not your turn. When your turn comes, you would experience the same thing you're experiencing. And if you're the type of person that cannot really handle the way they make you feel, the best thing for you to do is to avoid them, block them, mute them. If there's anything you can do for your insanity at that moment, what you have to do is to avoid them. That's just the best option. And then I want you to see life as a phase by phase kind of like way. If someone is successful today, that doesn't mean you won't be successful so long as you're working towards your success. If someone kind of like makes it happy, or if someone is literally doing well right now, that doesn't mean you won't do well. The best thing for you to do is to like embrace that part of you right now and tell yourself that my own turn is coming. It's a phase by phase lifestyle. If you're doing yours, I have to be happy for you so that when mine come, you should also be happy for me. No one truly knows you. Okay, let's say we bring three persons here, Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C, and we ask them questions about you. It would be shocking to you to see that Mr. A would have a different perspective, Mr. B would have a different point of view, and Mr. C would actually have a different way of judging you. So these three people, they have what they have actually cultivated in their mind, defining who you are. And when you go in search, you would see that the three of them would always have a distinct similarity, telling them who you truly are. So when you always feel like people know you, people think about you, what would somebody perceive me? How would they see me? How would they think about me? The truth is that no one really thinks about you the way you think about yourself. It's not really their thing to tell you how they want you to be perceived. So you don't have to assume that everyone is going to like you, and you don't also have to assume that you're hated. No, there's always a different opinion about what someone has to say about you. There's always something I always like to say, and it's more like people don't have to like you and you don't have to care. But the main authentic stuff here is being who you think you are, who you call yourself. Like, who do I call myself? Is this really what I want to do? So you don't have to go ahead thinking about how does this person think about me? What's this person thinking about me right now? How am I going to be perceived? How am I? No one truly knows you. Everyone has a different knowledge, a different perspective about you. Always speak your mind. There are times when we find ourselves in situations whereby we receive constant insults, we receive a lot of taunting, a lot of abuse in the name of fun, in the name of I don't even know how to put it. It's more like people always say things to us because they feel like they have the right to say it. We sit down and we listen to things we don't want to listen to. We sit down and we see people rub insults all over our face, like they make it look like it's a caricature or a joke. And we just sit down and we quietly listen to this. Then when we go back to our various places, when we go back home, we start thinking, we start crying, we start reoccurring and putting these flashbacks over and over again. But this is literally what we would have stopped at that moment. Always speak your mind. If you find someone who literally insults you, it's your right to tell the person, hello, I think this is really bad. You don't have to talk to me this way. You say it out at that moment. When you say things out the moment you feel like it's really a pain in your ass, that's the time you automatically find your peace. Constantly giving your brain a lot to think, in your whole body, go through something you would have said no with your mouth at that moment, something you would have said yes, something you would have like argued against and say, no, that's not me, speak for yourself, this is not me, I don't want this, I don't want to be seen. Just say it out. Don't be scared to alter the way you feel, because when you don't say that at that moment, this is literally going to give you a lifetime of constant thinking. Say your mind. Don't be too shy to confront people who insult you literally because you're kind of like shy person. Cultivate the habit of not being scared. A lot of people have done things and have also lost several opportunities because they are scared to do things. It's more like you want to do something and deep down you've already sat down, you've not even tried, you're already calculating your downfall, you're already practicing how it's going to turn into a disaster, whereas you've not even tried. You kind of like counting the risks more than you count the success. Don't be scared. Always try to face those things you're scared of. Come close to them, work on them. Overthinking steals our joy. You can just wake up in the morning and then you want to think about something, it automatically ruins the whole of your day. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. We have the right to feel happy, to have peace of mind. We have the right to feel satisfied, to be contented with what we have. It's our joy. It makes us feel like we're not trying. It says negative things about us. It can even lead us to depression if you're not careful. The best way to prioritize our health, our mental health, is by neglecting those feelings that are not worth it. So sit yourself down today. Think within yourself. Find out that particular thought that cannot leave your head and ask yourself questions. Work towards removing that thought. Why is this a hindrance to my peace? Why are you a hindrance to my joy? Why don't you let me be myself? Don't I have the right to feel happy? So sit yourself down and confront those thoughts that makes you feel like you don't deserve what you have right now. Find out what really gives you sleepless nights, what makes you feel drained by the end of the day. Okay? This will give you a strong feeling because you deserve to be happy. If you want your happiness, you need to go get there.